France get the win over England, 33-31. Did they leave the best game of the Six Nations to the last, like literally the last game of the Six Nations? What a game. What a game this was. Both teams up for it physically, both looking to spread the ball, both just climbing in, both finding their, I said this in the preview, finding their mojo at the back end of the Six Nations and really climbing in, showing what they can do on attack. Like I said, climbing in on defense and just playing rugby, man. Playing rugby. How good. What a game. What a game. I'll stay on France first. Like I said, it's like we're all used to France being like flair, French flair, love attacking the ball, broken play. But it's so true, man. Whenever there's broken play involved, France are all over it. They always seem to get the bounce of the ball. There's always 50,000 players over that ball. When that ball's loose, there's French players there. When there's a line break, there's French players there. Either way, like it's just wild that French flair is that stereotype of French flair is so true. It's so true. It's so true. Their first try, beautiful. You talk about getting turnovers and turning that defense into attack beautifully. From a line out, they get a turnover at the line out. Now, England's backline are they deep because it was their ball, so they're ready to attack. So their backline is deep. France are flat because they're defending. They get the turnover. Where's the space? If you have a flat team and you have a deep team, the space is out on the wing because that winger has to rush up now to make a tackle. That's where the space is. And France noticed that. Obviously, turnover, shift the ball. And that's what they did. Off that line out, they get the turnover, shift it out wide. Fiku makes the original break, busts through. Barré, the fullback, gets through to nice little dummy at the end there, brings it back inside, and like any good nine should be there, Lagaric gets it and dives over to score. Just that awareness of turnover, shift the point of attack. Shift that point of contact. The turnover is here, the space is usually out here. And they played that to a T. Beautiful. And like I said, they just thrive off that broken play. Like, that's broken play. That's turnover. That's shit. How do we play? Awareness. There's the space. Let's play to that. Beautifully there. And like I said, they always kind of get that bounce of the ball whenever it's a broken play, whenever there's kind of shit happening. Like, France always seem to get the good bounce, the ball, the play to go their way. They finally do start to string a few phases together. Some continuity on attack. There's more like bouncing off from last week's game with Lagaric and Ramos at 9 and 10. The fluidity, their attack, just the option taking, everything was so much better, more fluid to it. So that after those like strings of attack or strings phases together, variation, plays in motion, plays running from depth, the timing on all those plays, much, much better. And Barré, I think that's how you say, the fullback, went over for his try. And then France went bang, bang, scored again. Like I said, whenever there's broken play, the ball seems to bounce in their favour. Ramos hacked the ball forward. It bounced perfectly for Dupont. He went through, played Fiku, and Fiku scored, goes over untouched. Just like I said, just love that broken play, French flair. Let's just play. I don't even think France have got really a game plan. It's like their game plan should be, let's just cause broken play, because they thrive on that. I thought defensively they did really well attacking isolated rucks. Marchant, the hooker. I think that combo of Marchant being the starting hooker and then Molvaka to come on later in the game works really well. Molvaka is such a bigger impact off the bench rather than him starting. And I thought they applied a lot of pressure onto England with with France's defensive line, their line speed, and staying connected in defense, causing handling errors for England. Ramos, kicking-wise, Ramos is beautiful off the tee. I mean, he kicked that last penalty to go ahead from 50 meters out. I think that's kind of his range. He's just got the 1, 2, or 3 steps and just boom, slots it out. I think he missed one. Beautiful off the tee. My standouts for France were Lagaric and Ramos. Like that 9-10 combo they've been looking for since Dupont isn't there, Intermac isn't there. Ramos isn't even, he's a fullback at club level and traditionally at international level as well. He's slotted in nicely at 10. And Lagaric has been a fine and a half for them. They've been obviously crying out for a 9 because Dupont isn't there. Lagaric is like that perfect substitute. Young, full of energy, flair as well. And he gets around the block. He reads the game beautifully. It's beautiful, man. He's got great service off the deck and loves to have a little quick snipe. He's always there in and around the ball. What you want your 9 to be like. So, good. Watch out for him in the future. Jumping over to England. Unlucky, man. But they, again, can still show that their way of playing now, this new way of playing, I feel like they've brought it in. Yeah, new coaches, a new style of play, new players have come in. Them adapting to it, like it's gone pretty quick how well they've adapted to it. They've only had 4 or 5 games to adapt to a whole new defensive structure, a whole new way of attack. And you have to give them credit. To take a team and turn their game plan on its head that they've been so accustomed to for the past decade or so, they've done really well, I feel like. Big disruption early on. Furbank got subbed off in the first, I think it was in the 7th minute. Marcus Smith come on at fullback, done really well at fullback. Scored a try, scored lots of points for me. He was my super sub at fantasy. Got that brain smarts. Did really well for them. Obviously would have affected their game plan or their game plan for sure for this game because like in the previous game when they beat Ireland, George Ford really implemented their game plan really well in that first 60 or 70 minutes, whatever he did, however long he did play then. Then Marcus Smith came on, added that extra punch, brings in, lifts the energy levels, brings that attacking style, and obviously kicked that drop goal against Ireland. They would have gone into this game with that similar game plan, we're going to do this. But then to have this happen where Furbank got injured and then Marcus Smith had to go to fullback would have thrown their game plan out a bit. Nevertheless, you've got to act on the fly because things like this happens. And I thought he did really well when he come on and he played for 73 minutes. Did really well. So on their attack, I thought they used their kicking options way better, or executing their kicking options a lot better. Their box kicks and the up and unders from George Ford, the box kicks from Mitchell, and then later on from Danny Kerr was so much more the precision or the execution on them, perfect. Not too far, not too deep and too narrow. Perfect for Freeman and Elliot Daly to go up and contest and to cause havoc there. I did write my notes. It's interesting to see how the game plan evolves now that Marcus Smith was on at fullback early on. And it did. They obviously would have had to act on the fly because they would have had a game plan going into this game, and then spanners get thrown in the works and how can we adjust? And the good teams do know how to adjust. A few attacking opportunities in that first quarter, but handling errors just cost them a bit. And then I always say the 10 minutes before halftime and the 10 minutes after halftime are your championship minutes. That's when you're out on your feet, you're tired. That's when the big teams stand up. This is now we're going to defend or we're going to put pressure on to score points. And how good, just before halftime, back themselves to go for the line out, not for 3 points. And they come away with 7 points. How good. Ollie Lawrence running back at the ball. He's so hard to stop then. Especially that angling back. Defense, you're going up and out. So you're going up, you're watching the ball here. And then as you look back that way, he's passed. But you look this way and you've got Ollie Lawrence running at you in an angle like that. You're not stopping him, man. You're not stopping him. He goes over there. Massive confidence boost for them. But then straight away in the second half, come out the gates, firing. Find space out wide, and then patience on attack. working their way back, and Ollie Lawrence goes over again. Beautiful. This is a mark of a good team. I always say this. You make a line break, it's how you react after that. Because a lot of the teams, then you make a line break and everyone is, deer in headlights. Fuck, who gets the ball? What options do we take? The good teams know. Make sure you secure that ruck. Get the ball back. We're picking the right options. The right option takers are getting their hands on the ball as well. You don't want a prop getting the ball then. Oh, fuck, what do I do? Props don't know. You've got a 1 on your back, not a 10. Get it to the 10 or get it to the 15. Good teams know that the ball has to get to them after line breaks. Beautiful. And then, can we talk about that line-out move of doom for Marcus Smith's try? Hit Ellis Genge in the middle. A well-known ball carrier, but no, plays the little short. Plays the short ball. I think they had Henry Slade going out the back. Obviously also a big ball carrier. So France's second option there, or second defender there, has obviously seen Henry Slade out the back and he shifted past him. Ellis Genge with the little short ball. Ben Earl goes straight through, busts through, plays Smith, step over. Beautiful set play from the lineup. Beautiful try. That's fantastic. Off the training ground, tick. Let's go, mate. And you have so many options of that because next time, let's say they score there, they could play that exact same option next line out, but then Ellis Genge either takes it forward or he plays out the back. He can play Ben Earl again. Like, you've got so many options there. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Massive guts again. Go for the line out. Set it up. Phase play. Freeman goes over in the corner. You almost think like, this is it, man. We've got this. But not to be. But it's still, it's there. The blueprint is there. They can play. They can execute their kicking game well. And then they can play this attacking game. Let's go, England, man. The England versus New Zealand tests are going to be it's going to be juicy. Defensively, still working on that rush defense. It really works. It works well at patches, but then I think Henry Slade got caught out a few times rushing. Like 13 is your hardest, your most difficult position to defend. You've got your player, you've got the winger, you've got the fullback entering the line, you've got blind wingers coming around the back. It's tough, man. And sometimes he's pushing when he should be holding. That's something they'll obviously look and work on. Like Felix Jones said, their defensive coach, he said 15 games minimum to learn this defensive pattern. So you got to give them a bit of leeway. Forward, fantastic kicking. I think it was 5 out of 5. Beautiful. Standouts, Ben Earl, as always. Such a strong ball carrier. Always getting them over the advantage line. He's a pest at ruck time as well. Ollie Lawrence again as well. Beautiful. Straightens the line fantastically. There's news now of Manu Tuilangi. He's gone overseas, so he signed in France, so he won't be eligible to play for England. Ollie Lawrence is your man. You need someone to get over the advantage lines right off that first phase, and he is your man. He did really well with that. Unfortunate loss for England, but I think when you look at the bigger picture of it, they're getting better. This game plan is working out. We can see little instances of it working, and it's working well. And for them to adapt so quickly, like I said before, how they have, I think it's good. It's positive signs for this England squad going forward. They just need more time, more time in the game, more games to be played. And who knows what they can do. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.